Hey Staten Island, this is HealthWish, a conversation about the state of healthcare in the fabulous 5th borough. Our aim is to raise issues, raise awareness, and raise health. Because when we raise health, we raise everyone. It's never dull when Tracy's in the house. Today, we have stand-up comedian, actor, survivor, philanthropist, and proud father Tracy Morgan with us for 2 episodes examining his life and career, his faith, his determination to give back, and our own favorite, his enormously generous effort to support the pediatric cancer program at Staten Island University Hospital. This is episode 2 of 2 with the indomitable OG himself, Tracy Morgan. Give a listen.
So Tracy, that building next to us that you saw on the way in, the 3rd floor of that is where people that are actively being treated for cancer will get taken care of, and that's where really all the money and the help that you gave us goes towards building that. So when this is all done, that'll be the elevator that people are coming off of, right there?
This is the beginning.
That's the treatment area and all the offices, and right up there is where the
do more now, right?
100%.
We're gonna do another show. This one's gonna be for him.
Something you said earlier, you said that you've considered doing this again and actually running this again and having some more fun and raising some more money for children.
I didn't say I consider, I said it's done.
That's really amazing.
It's done. And I can't wait. I love being on stage. I love it. And then we could do something and all the proceeds go to the hospital. My father's singing. Look at my boy.
And that's a rarity for people in your industry to do things like this. It's not a common thing. And again, donating all proceeds to an event, that just stuff doesn't happen. It's a really special thing.
I never wanted people to like me. I want people to love me. And these are the things you have to do. And you never know. Somebody sit in the audience. You're doing horrible right now. Let me help you. So I have to help others. I do it because it's the right thing to do. And meeting Carmelo today was enough, just to affirm that. You're on the right track, buddy. That's what Carmelo said to me. That's what his eyes said to me. You on the right track, Trey. And that little boy is closer to God than we ever gonna be. He just came here. He just got here.
You're an idea person. We were just talking about this earlier.
Right.
If you think about the number of things that you have sprouted out of your head that have made it onto a big screen or made it into a movie or made it into a TV show or onto a comedy stage, has that always been you? And what are you going to do with it next?
I always had an idea. Whenever I felt myself in a box or anything, I always had an idea how to get out. I know that, like, I was just thinking the other day, if I was put in a room with no doors and no windows, pitch black, what would I do? Most people would go crazy. I'm just gonna lay down and go to sleep. You know why? Cause the sun come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow, there'll be sun.
That's the optimism.
And tomorrow. You gotta hold on to that.
Who are the people that did what you did that you look back and say, this is why I am the way I am, this is who the person I am professionally and personally? Like, who are those people for you?
Everybody in my family, everybody in my community, everybody in my environment, good, bad, or indifferent, made me who I am. And the thing that I stay humble, the reason why I stay humble is because I'll never forget where I come from. I'm from the projects in Brooklyn, point blank. You can't change who you was born to, and you can't change where you was born at. You can't. And the rest is up to you. God, life is a business. God will give you the business, but he won't run it for you. He did his job. He woke you up this morning. The rest is on you. And I've been through that. My father used to sit me down and talk to me, and everything that you hear coming out of my mouth came from my dad, my OG. He gave me the knowledge of self. How could you know where I'm at if you ain't been where I've been? Know where I'm coming from? You gotta know who you are. I know where I come from, I know where I've been. Only God knows every step you've ever taken. He knows every step you're gonna take, and he know where you at. To thyself, be true. You have to. How could you have to know who you are? I used to look in the mirror when I was younger. My whole life, I still do it to this day. And I go, who are you? That's the first questions we ask ourselves when we're born. Who am I? Because from birth to 10 is who you're gonna be for the rest of your life. That's personality. I wanna do my part in all of it. Little kids catch cancer. I can show you a little boy named Carmelo who beat it.
Sure did.
Who beat it? He the champ to me. I tell Carmelo, trust God, he got you. These kids in this hospital, these people in this hospital for a reason. It ain't fair that Carmelo gotta go like that. It's wrong. Sometimes when I talk about him, you have to excuse me for being emotional, but that's who I am. And I'm not changing that for nobody. If I could talk to the 6-year-old Tracy, you know what I would say to him? Keep playing, man, you're doing okay. Keep playing. If there's anything I could change about myself, what would it be? Nothing, because then I wouldn't be the man that I am.
100%. You are a collection of your previous experiences, right? That's who we all are.
You live your life. Love the life you live.
I think sometimes when you do the kind of work that you're actually doing and when you're helping us raise money like this, it's easy to think it's about dollars and cents and not to realize where you're really helping people.
Until they meet Carmelo.
100%. So I could tell you that you're not helping one Carmelo. You're actually, over the period of time that building is up, we're gonna take care of and help thousands of children and their families in this area, and thank God, help the great majority of them beat it.
May I be honest with you?
Please.
I was afraid coming here. I was scared. I thought I was gonna see kids with cancer, and I didn't know how I was gonna take that. I didn't know. Then I met Carmelo. He eased my anxieties. You got a brother?
Yes. How old?
Yeah.
1.
You serious?
Tell him about your brother.
Serious?
He's wild, right?
Yeah.
He's
He
wild.
bites and scratches and jumps on my head.
It's difficult to see that, and I admire you, because you see it every day. Children with cancer and adults with cancer. I've seen a few people while I was with Carmelo on the stretcher come out the elevator, go in the elevator, and it moved me. It made me feel a certain way. And sometimes I get shook. It happened close to me. My first wife died of cancer in Hackensack Hospital 6 years ago. I was with her the day she died. I seen it up close, and it can be traumatizing.
Yes.
It can be very traumatizing. And you live your life and you fight harder. When I see that, when Carmelo, what he gave me today, you can't put a price on that, so I fight harder. I go harder. On stage, I go harder. I need to make these people laugh, man. I told you what we do, me, Roberto, Mark, Pat, Bradley, we don't do for us. We do because we're in service to y'all.
One of the things I've seen you do so many times in talking about what you do for a living and how amazing you are on stage is you do poke fun at some of the terrible things that have happened to you.
No, because if you don't laugh, you're gonna cry.
Yeah.
If you don't laugh, you're gonna cry. That was a part of my therapy. Sharing my experiences. Giving other people inspiration. There are a lot of people out here with traumatic brain injury. I still go back to the hospital. I just went back a couple of months ago to visit patients who have traumatic brain injury. Look at me, if I did it, you could do it.
It's a big deal.
They need that.
100%.
People need that. A lot of people in my community don't have hope because nobody's ever given them none.
You know, and you talk a lot about your community. And one of the things that we've done a lot of work on here is actually trying to plug into young people in underserved parts of Staten Island and try to give them opportunity. I know that you feel really strongly about young people and what they do with themselves. Any thoughts on one of the people that actually made such a tremendous success of themselves coming out of a community like that?
Yes, Method Man, Raekwon, all the Wu-Tang. Londell McMillan, who was Michael Jackson's lawyer from the same projects. Mark Breland is a big part of my life. Mark Breland is my uncle, and he won the Olympic gold medal in the welterweight division in boxing for the Olympics in Los Angeles in 1984. And I grew up under him, so I seen him achieve all of these things. And then after he won the medal, he came back to the projects. You know, little kids was running around touching it. And that always stuck with me, that always resonated in me. And I felt that if my uncle could do it, I could do it. So here I am. And I just don't want to be famous for no reason. I mean, I'm funny and all of those things, but I also want to do something with it. I also want to be there. I want to be present. I want to be in these young people's lives, man. And my uncle just passed away of COVID, and he raised me. He was an ex-parole officer, and he was also the security on my TV show, The Last OG, but he just passed away. And I would do something, and he would just look at me with no words and go, the master of humility, always help others. He raised me. So all of this stuff is coming from me is from Big Mo, Alvin, my father. They taught me these things. They guided me. Master your humility. You must master that. I don't see white and black. I'd rather see human beings.
100%.
If you love me, I love you. I walk around the city every day in my life telling 400 people I love them and I don't know them. I don't gotta know you to love you. I love you just because you're you. And nothing is happening. I gave you love and nothing happened. No one got hurt. Nobody got hurt. Most people can't even say I love you back. Most people don't even like looking in the mirror because they don't like what they see looking back. But all the questions that you have, all the answers are looking at you back.
What do they say? The only person you wake up with every day is you?
Every day, you. Can you live with you? Can you sleep with you?
Yep.
I know when my time here on this earth is up, I won't be scared. I know I did the best that I could do here. I'm gonna be a part of the solution, not the problem. I know these young people here in this hospital need me.
So Tracy, I have to ask you, first of all, there's like two Tracys, right? There's
Right.
the Tracy that you see on, national TV where you kind of have slightly toned down Tracy. And then there's the Tracy that I love, which is the raw, Tracy says what Tracy wants to say.
Right.
And I remember when we first met, you came to me and you said, Doc, I got to tell you straight, this show is for the kids, but this show ain't for the kids.
Yep.
And how do you compartmentalize this kind person who cares so much about other people that he constantly tells them he loves them with that person who is, raw? I'm curious, how do you balance those things?
Well, for me, it's easy. Professionally, when I'm doing comedy, that's one thing. I have to make the people laugh. I know what that's about. When I'm with my kids keep me grounded, okay? Show business, you have to understand, is nothing but space. And if you don't have something to keep you grounded, you're gonna float away. So when I'm out there in space, I also have this knowingly have this connection to my kids and my family that keeps me grounded. And when I'm with my little daughter, I have to be extra aware of what I say around her. I have to be aware of what we watching on TV. She's the baby. All the big boys, they grown. They on their way. They grown. My sons could come see me in the audience, be fresh and all of that. But my she's only 9 years old. So that's what keeps me grounded. You understand how I do it, my system?
I usually interview doctors and people that are talking about medical things. This is so much fun.
I'm glad I could do that, man. When I stop and I see people and they ask for an autograph or a picture, a lot of celebrities run and all of that stuff. I don't do that. I might made a day. I made his day, just giving him a picture. I've always been like that. My dad was like that, so I'm just mimicking my dad.
At the show that we did last year, many people went backstage to take pictures. My wife's a very humble person, and she's a huge fan. But long and the short of it, I went back there with her because I wanted her to meet you, and you acted the same way with the last person that came in the way you did with the first. And it was really amazing to see you with your fans and how much you genuinely care about them. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I've always loved you as a performer.
I love you more.
But now I really love you because
love you.
I realize what kind of heart and what kind of person is in there. And I do want to say thank you for everything that you've done for the people of Staten Island, the kids of Staten Island, and just for being the gold soul that you are.
Thank you.
Thank you so
I love
much.
you, Dr. Odella.
Love you too.
HealthWish wishes to thank our very special guest, Mr. Tracy Morgan. We're very interested in your health wish. Contact us at healthwish@northwell.edu. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again soon.